I forgot who I was talking to for a second. Please just get on with it before I decide to drown someone in the pond.
There isn't much else to say. The question is simple. What do you do?
That's a pretty unimaginative question, and it's pretty typical. You know, if you scare the cat away and save the chicks, then the cat will die of hunger. If you help the cat, then the birds will die. In the end, you have to choose who dies and who lives. Most people would just let nature take its course, since you can't have everything work out perfectly all the time. It's the circle of life, Simba and stuff.
That's the problem, though. Aren't you part of nature too? It's easy to forget that when it's convenient for you. If I choose to take the cat with me, then I'd have to do it for everyone, so it's not viable. I can't involve myself anyways, because maybe the cat prefers to live that way. Those are the excuses we make so that we can benefit the most in the end, to make our lives easier. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're only human. There are times when even our selfish decision is the best one too. But can you accept what comes afterwards?
What comes afterwards?
That's why I don't plan on explaining myself to you any further, and why I won't accept any half-baked love confessions from anyone. Get it? Next time try to do a better job, alright?
For some reason it all seems to make sense to Claire, but I'm not as convinced. I don't know what the heck she just tried to explain to me at all. Some say it's impossible to understand women. This lady wins first place, hands down, as the most complicated.
Oh, I gotta go. I forgot my bag in the classroom, and if I don't go back before the next class starts, I might lose it.
Oh, why didn't you bring it with you? That's what I did. I also switched desks with another guy so it wouldn't look like I'd left.
Oh, that's smart.
He isn't guilty of anything, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Isn't that what you just tried to tell me?
Yeah, but not in that sense. What are you even talking about?
My criminal record, nothing you should pay attention to. To be completely honest with you, I just wanted to get the last word in after your weird tirade.
Don't worry about it, Syrian. Not everything in the world makes sense. We're already ninja accomplices. Our bond is thicker than blood. You don't have to hide anything from me, comrade.
I don't think anybody has ever gone to jail for skipping class, but if they do go after us, I plan on blaming it all on you, comrade.
Boo. You were so nice the other day, and now you're acting like this. What a
letdown.
What a letdown. Syrian, -50 affection.
The way you said boo, it's like that was kind of weak. You should have been all aggressive with it.
Boo! Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
They both have C's. Don't give up, though. I know you're better than that. Believe in yourself for me, alright? Until next time.
Ending our conversation with words of encouragement, Claire starts to walk away. She turns around and enthusiastically waves to me after every couple of steps. So enthusiastic for a goodbye. And I just lost 50 affection. Now that I think about it, she said weird things last time too. I may not know what goes on in her head, but I know one thing for sure. For better or worse, this probably won't be the last time that I cross paths with her. At least he knows her name now. Claire, not crazy chick.
Oh, it's Ziva. Come on, you knew this would happen. He gave us your word. You have to do it. It'll be a lot of fun. Be positive. Besides, with such a long face, you'll get stuck in all the doorways. You don't want to get hurt, right? Hee hee hee. You could at least say something. You're too quiet. What's on your mind?
I'm trying to think of a good place to hide a body.
You only have yourself to blame, so stop moping around.
As if we're on a crime show, Ziva came to my house to arrest me. With her, she brought a warrant in the form of a promise. I had promised that I'd follow up on that email if I lost the sled desk race, which brings us to now. I find myself trekking along to the sports center, unsure of what to do next. Ziva is accompanying me, but Aze couldn't make it for some reason. The point of all of this was clearly just to ruin my afternoon. Still, it was my gambling addiction that did me in.
After all this, you haven't asked. Aren't you going to ask me what happened after you ditched class?
Not really. Everyone imagined that all the tables grew sentient and started to run away.
A 3-day suspension for both you and Ase.
You're kidding me.
Yes.
I thought she was serious.
Me too.
Don't joke about that stuff, woman.
I pulled some strings to find out what the teachers were talking about, and there was a bit of everything. Nevertheless, I, the girl who owes you nothing and never asks for anything in return, came to your rescue and brought the teachers back to their senses.
They rescinded my suspension after you spoke to them. I don't believe you.
Well, about that.
What happened? Hey, don't look away. What are you trying to say?
They agreed to go easy on you, but I had to barter with them, in insignificant detail, really.
I don't like the sound of that. Go on.
They said you guys have to learn your lesson, improve your judgment, blah blah blah, you know. So it turns out that they desperately needed students to help with. Ase and you are now officially the grad committee. You two have to help prepare the grad events, stuff like that.
Wait a second. I see a car going fast enough to kill me if I jump in front of it. I'll be right back.
Don't joke about that kind of thing, jeez. We're all going to graduate soon, and it's completely normal for a student committee to handle grad event preparations. You're going to work together with some students from the other side. Both schools have representatives, and together the joint committee has to plan and organize all the grad events. Nobody from our school volunteered this year, so they decided that it was a convenient punishment. Like a good friend I am, I said I'd join too, so all three of us will be working together. What do you think?
Call an ambulance, but tell them not to bring any defibrillators. Let them know they can release my ashes over the ocean.
You're so dramatic. Come on, stop choking around. It'll be fun. All we need to do is figure out what needs to be done for the events. Plus, each year is more or less the same.
But I have to make an effort. It's work outside of school hours. I'll need to actually communicate with other human beings, you know. Humans.
Are you implying that I'm inhuman?
Maybe. Obviously.
You didn't care about being expelled, but you're worried about having to work? You're such a lazy butt. It reminds me of someone else.
Aze? Look, being on the graduation committee is going to be tedious. Some students will want one thing and others will want the opposite. You have to try to please everyone. It's too difficult. If there are no alternatives, then I guess I'll have to do it, but I'd rather just change the subject for now.
Yeah, change the subject, I see. You know, I've realized something.
I already told you. If I have to join that stupid committee, then I will.
No, listen, I'm talking about you. I've realized that maybe what you're suffering from is schizoid personality disorder.
Are you making up diagnosis again? I told you to stop looking at mental illnesses on Wikipedia.
You wanted to change the subject, didn't you? Here you go. You don't enjoy socializing, you're detached on a personal level, and your sense of humor is unsympathetic. At first, I thought your writing obsession was a symptom of autism, but you don't seem to have any issues communicating with other people. However, it would make sense if you were a secret schizoid, since you're there able to fake social interactions. Also, some schizoids share symptoms with those afflicted with Asperger's. It would make a lot of sense.
She likes to psychoanalyze this guy a lot. Are you telling me that I'm autistic? Do you want to fight me or something? Just because I'm different, it doesn't mean that I'm crazy.
Correct, you aren't crazy. A lot of psychologists agree that schizoids don't actually suffer from a disorder, but that their behavior is part of their personality. Just because someone acts differently doesn't mean they're suddenly an alien. There are a lot of circumstances in which regular people can end up going crazy purely from the power of suggestion. The best way to prevent this is to be confident. There is nothing wrong with acting differently from others or making a mistake.
Ziva seems pleased with her evaluation. I can only respond in low spirits, but I still have to admit that she's dedicated.
That's why you're going to give me your notebook, so that I can study it. We have to get to the heart of the matter.
For the rest of the walk to the sports center, Ziva tries to steal my notebook by shoving her hands in my pockets. That's kind of intrusive. From the outside, the situation undoubtedly looks like Ziva's trying to tear my pants off. It doesn't help when she yells, "Come on, show it to me," and it'll only be for a moment, let me see it.
Jeez.
But it isn't as wonderful as it appears. To be honest, I wouldn't even wish this on my worst enemy. Oh wait, Ziva is my worst enemy. In that case, I do wish it.
Oh.
What a nice picture.
I was going to say it's abstract.
Okay. It's like stereotypical. I'm sorry. It's like... Well, no, it's like, you know, you got the sports people just standing in the middle of the court. I mean, they couldn't have done something different.
Maybe they're in the middle of a game.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's
they
people
could.
all along.
Oh, yeah, maybe they're watching a game. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll take back what I said. A few minutes later, I stand waiting near one of the basketball courts at the center. It's actually one of those multi-sport courts that provides equipment for an array of different sports. At the moment, only a basketball team is training at the center. Okay, you were right.
Okay,
they
you're
were training.
partially right.
Well, okay, I was partially right, but you were right because they're actually doing something. So I'm left to assume that they're the it I'm supposed to join. He's going to join basketball?
Can he even play basketball?
He said he was terrible at sports, so I don't think so. I speak to the coach, who's now under the impression that today I'm observing to decide whether or not I want to join his team. Apparently they have to pay to train here. It's crazy.
That is crazy. It looks like a normal gym.
Ziva gives me a pat on the back and a quick wink before she sits on the bench and plays with her cell phone. Even though she had insisted on coming with me, she ran away so quickly. I don't think I'll ever understand her. Oh, should I be teammate?
Go ahead.
Hey you. You guy. You're Sirion, right? Those team members, I'm trying different voices. I didn't want to use the deep man voice again. One of the team members approaches me before they begin training, even though he looks up to the task by himself. He asks if I can help him prepare the court. I assume this is what they usually do to try to help integrate new members. I almost said interrogate. Maybe I should do the same and try to break the ice too.
Well, your voice didn't sound like he was interrogating. So.
Huh? You play basketball with balls? I thought you hit a scale with a bat and watch as the plate soars upward based on how hard you hit it. My new teammate is speechless. He looks pretty bewildered.
He goes, I think it's a psycho.